Hey guys, so I had a rapture dream in February where I could feel God's presence in my physical body as well as in the dream. And there was so much to the dream, and the Lord has given me a huge amount of revelation. So I want to share all the updates I have with you. I'm going to be jumping around a lot. If you haven't seen this video, you need to go watch it, or you're going to be a little bit confused. I'll put it right here. So let's just jump into it. I'm going to try to go in order so that it makes the most sense. So in the beginning of my dream, the Lord showed me a vision of the White House, and 3 people in the dream were being interviewed about 3 catastrophic events that had happened in the United States. He gave me the ability to know 2 of them, but the first time I woke up, I did not get up and write it down obediently, so I only remember 1. The one event that was spoken of was about 9/11, okay? Now, I realized after having this dream, the Lord gave me understanding that when he gives a dream or a vision or a word, every single piece of it is significant. When I saw the 3 people being interviewed in the dream, I did not mention who they were because I thought it was just random and had no purpose. But one night the Lord spoke to me and told me to look up their name meanings biblically. They are from the show 1,000 Pound Sisters. So if you know what show that is, you can probably understand why I thought it was irrelevant. But when I looked up their name meanings, I was shook. Chris means Christ follower. Amy means beloved. And Tammy means palm tree. I have also had some realization about the things going on right now in the world with the Russian leader who wants to blow the whistle on the United States about 9/11, as well as some other things. And I am wondering if the Lord showing me that with the vision of the White House was to reflect the truth of what 9/11 was really about. I don't have time to go into that right now, but it was not what they made it out to be. It is definitely biblical. And to go along with it being biblical and spiritual, the Lord spoke to me in the dream and said, you know, if these things are happening in the world, you can only imagine what's happening in the spiritual realm. The next part, I was in a grassy field. It was beautiful. The grass was so green. There were thousands of people around me. It was blurry. Okay. Jesus was standing behind me and I could hear him speak and ask if we were ready to get wet. I could tell he was happy by the sound of his voice. I never saw him. We started to levitate and get raptured in that part of the dream. Now, what I didn't share about this part of the dream was the location and what the field was. The location is about 6 or 7 minutes from my home, a private airport field. And I thought it was insignificant. The Lord has given me understanding as to when in the dream we were seeing light sprinkling of rain occur, as well as it was super bright outside at the same time. I live in Washington State. The only time you see that kind of weather in Washington State when it's super bright out, as well as you'll see little sprinkles of rain, is spring. We are still trying to figure out what Jesus meant when he said, "Are you ready to get wet?" In my dream, in my mind, I thought to myself, he means we're going up through the clouds, but I still don't know that for sure. As well as being at the airport, lots of crazy things have happened with planes in the last 6 months. Sister Cheyenne received a word from the Lord I have not been able to share yet. I am trying to catch up, where he is talking about planes are going to be flying in places they normally don't. There's some crazy things in the sky that have been happening around my house. Sister Alyssa, I don't know if you guys saw the plane that crashed in San Francisco neighborhood. That was Alyssa's neighborhood. It was 4 houses down from her. Wild. As well as the Lord has given me 2 dreams in the last 2 weeks about a plane low flying over my house and a blimp, as well as a dream at the beach with the same situation with a blimp and a plane, and the blimp crashed into my house. I'll talk about that at another time. The airport thing is significant, as well as the fact that we were in Washington and seeing the type of weather to give us a clue as to what time the rapture was occurring in the dream. Now to the best part. I'm just going to talk. Forgive me, guys. I want to give you as many details as possible. So The next part of my dream, when we started to levitate, boom, I was in a place where rainbow colors were flashing around me. And this is when I could feel God's presence. I described it in my first video as when you hit a metal triangle, you know, one of those musical instruments, and it goes, zzz. That's how it felt in my physical body. I know it's hard to fathom, as well as in the dream. It was so intense that I had to ask the Lord to stop. I also didn't mention that when I was pondering on asking the Lord to stop, I felt the Lord smiling. I could not see God, so don't get it twisted, but I felt him smiling at me and almost speaking to my mind and saying, come, I want to show you more, but I couldn't take it. And I said, Lord, please make it stop. And I woke up. Now, another huge significant part of this, a horse ran past me on my left and my right. A white horse with rainbow fire mane and a black horse with fire mane. I can't remember if it was black flames or like regular colored flames. The Lord gave me incredible insight about this. The first horse that flew past me on my right is representing the first seal that is going to be opened. The white horse with the Antichrist on it. The rainbow fire was representing the false promise, the false Messiah that the Jews are looking for. So they are looking for their Messiah and they see it as a promise. The rainbow represents God's promise, but it is a false promise. They are looking at the wrong man as their Messiah. Then on my right, a black horse with fire mane ran past me quickly. And that is representing the third seal that is opened, where it talks about a financial crash and how it's going to take a day's pay to obtain a loaf of bread. And for a while, I pondered on, why did you not show me the second or the fourth horse, Lord? He gave me some insight. We can see the first and the third seals starting to come to pass. It has not yet happened. We will be gone for the seals being opened. But what I mean by this is, with the first seal, it says the Antichrist will come out already conquering, and he will already be crowned and to conquer. So that means he's already conquering. What is Trump doing? Tariffs, taking over, renaming places, making them part of the United States. He says he is the leader of the world. And the third seal we see starting to come to pass. I just told my friends a month ago that it's $10 for the gallon of milk that I have been buying for my family. And it was, I believe, just under $8 a few months ago. So we see the beginnings of the first and the third seal coming to pass. The second seal is a giant sword that takes the peace from the earth, and there's massive amounts of unaliving. So that will be something that is probably very intense and very quick, but we cannot see the beginnings of that quite yet. Same situation with the fourth horse, the fourth seal. In the dream I mentioned, I could feel God's presence, and I noticed all these rainbow colors flashing around me. Revelation chapter 4, verses 1 through 6. Go read that. I will try to put it on the screen. I was in the throne room of God. I came to the understanding that between feeling the Lord's presence so intensely that I couldn't stand it, as well as being surrounded by these rainbow flashing colors, as well as the horses running past me, that I was in the throne room of God. And recently, if you guys have seen my other video, the Lord gave Sister Cheyenne a word. Jesus getting up off of the throne and him about to give the command to call us home. A few days after, my 8-year-old had a vision of Jesus getting up off of the throne. And that same night, the Lord gave Cheyenne a vision of what I am interpreting as right before the first seal opens. I'm going to tag her in the description below. I'm hoping you can find the video. I'm going to try to include a couple pictures of what she drew out of her vision inserted here. So I know that was a lot in a little amount of time. If you're confused, watch this video again. Again, go watch the video about my original dream. So as the Lord guides me, I will keep you guys updated. I'm sorry the update took so long, but I've been finding more and more out in slow little pieces, all in his timing. I love you guys.